So this is clearly the biggest thing I've printed yet on my 3D printer. Printed it on one of my belt printers, which are fantastic, especially for doing the trim like I'm doing, and it's PETG. And this piece is designed to go up over here, which is an area that later I'll show you is a hinged hatch. So I'm trying to get some good coverage of this right here. There's a little bit of flex here in this carbon fiber. Not much because there's an aluminum spar right here, but the idea is to kind of finish this off and give me something to hold on to as well when I open or close that particular area. So I printed this out, and I ended up sanding the front a little bit to give it a little bit more texture to stand out from the background here. It says on it UEV, which stands for Urban Escape Vehicle, and La Tortuga, which is the name of the camper, because turtle. I didn't want to just recall it the Nautilus from the original 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but I am kind of a cyberpunk fan, or a steampunk fan, so it kind of makes sense. Anyways, I printed this out, and I actually printed it a little bit oversized because I knew that I'd rather have it too big and cut it down to size than have it too small. So I'm going to trim off each edge until I get it to fit perfectly here, and then we will screw it in place. I'm going to have to do a little, I forgot that if I was going to make it bigger, I needed to make these kind of pockets here bigger. So I'll end up having to cut these pockets out with my bandsaw, or actually more likely just my hand rotary saw, just to give it the right size for going onto these. But other than that, I think it's going to go on pretty well. You know, as I said before, I don't really mind the imperfections in it, because at the end of the day, this thing's going to be whacked up by trees and everything else. I want it to hold up in one piece, but I don't really care if it gets scratched up. If I did, I'd probably not want to make this an expedition vehicle. The first thing I did was mark off the sides, and of course I needed a little bit of help with that since this thing's kind of heavy, so I recruited my wife for that particular purpose and was able to just chop them off on both sides, nice and square, and get it to fit in. The other thing I did was, if you'd seen my video on having to redesign these corner pieces right here, then you'll remember I had misplaced the screw hole that goes into the spar, which is this hole right here. So on this piece, I moved them back so that they'll be right over the aluminum spar. So if I'm lucky, I'll be able to screw right through them. And as you can see from this detail, I made these holes so I can get to the holes that are underneath that should go right into the aluminum spar. Also, you can see more of the water holes that I have put in place, because this is a dam essentially, and I don't want water piling up behind it. But I do want to at least create some amount of airflow over the solar panels. So let's put this thing on. Not surprisingly, it doesn't fit as perfectly as I'd like it to, so I'll do a little trimming here to make sure it fits right into the groove. It won't matter once again, because I'm going to use that heavy-duty caulking to fill any cracks, but I like to get it as close as possible. So all right, let's see how this thing fits. By the way, I apologize for the heat in the background, but as you can see outside the window, we are in the middle of this blizzard that's hitting the United States, so I'd rather be warm than have a perfect sound system. And I know my therapist will be very happy to hear me say that. Anyways, here we go. Let's see how this fits. By the way, interesting fact, it took 5 days for me to print this thing on my belt printer. I had to do a lot of babysitting too, but in general, it printed pretty well. 3 spools of PETG is what it took. That's being a little persnickety here. It's hanging up on something. Let's see. Aha. There we go. It's just hanging up on the lip the inside lip that's going to get the roofing onto it. That's going to get the roofing later. You'll see that as that works as well. All right, I think that's pretty good, actually. I can live with this. I think I'm going to put it down to put it on. It'll actually make it easier because this thing wants to slide forward. That's no big deal. Okay, so definitely a lot better with it flat like this. This way I don't have to worry about when I move this, it's sliding around. And I do want to do a little preparation here, mostly just by cleaning up some of this previous rubber that was on the version I did before. And I've also got a couple of rivets here that I'd like to flatten down a little bit to make this thing go down easier and flatter. So we'll do that now. Out. Once I put the caulk down, man, this stuff sticks pretty well after about 15, 20 minutes. And after that, you have to pry it off with a pry bar, quite literally. Oh. Got a little carbon fiber splinter. I'll have to show you how this... That one annoying thing with working with carbon fibers, these little tiny splinters, but I've gotten really good at removing them. I think I have enough caulk in this particular tube to get what I need done. All right, that should do it. Okay. Now, without disturbing the caulk too much, I want to make sure I set this thing in there in the right area so it more smashes it rather than drags it. All right. Oh. All right, now it's time to put the screw holes in and screw this thing down and see if it does what I want it to do. But first, I got to get this splinter out of my finger. It is amazing how something as freaking small as this, and I mean this is smaller than a human hair, I think, it can hurt so bad. Your hands are amazing when it comes to sensitivity. I guess it's also a good thing I'm a doctor here. I almost got it. And these things are too small to get out with tweezers. You pretty much have to use an X-Acto knife to remove them. Got it. I've opted to rivet the two end pieces here because it's plastic on plastic, and I don't think screws will hold much. Then I can put the screws in the aluminum spar here. But that way this whole thing can either come off as a piece, or I can just drill out the rivets if I need them. You need to. Pretty good size, though. All right, now I'll just screw the rest in. We'll see how it goes. These are just really long screws. That's the problem. Probably longer than I need for this, actually. All right, and there we have it. Finished off the front spoiler air dam trim piece. Still have to do some caulking, but pretty much should be ready. for the road. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I don't know why I always wait till the end of the videos to ask you to, but, you know, it really does help, and we're going to see if we can grow this channel for the fun of it or not. You know, if I get enough people following this thing, I'll take you on the road with me when I go too. And since this thing's going to go all over the world, and I mean all over the world, like down to South America, over to Africa and everything else, might be an interesting journey.